The stretch of free agency has really been busy, and I think you'll find that there have been quite a few changes since our last mock draft. Number 11. Washington Commanders, Matt Corral. Yeah, Washington may be reaching here, but like the Broncos, the rest of the roster is mostly set. They just need a competent quarterback to return to playoff contention. The NFL Combine is over. And perhaps more importantly, we are now a week and a half into what's been a frantic free agency period. So it's time for a whole new updated mock draft. This one features some projected trades and of course some drastic changes from our previous mock. Number 1. Jacksonville Jaguars, Aidan Hutchinson. The Jaguars' decision to franchise tag Cam Robinson is a strong hint that they won't take an offensive lineman here. Aside from Josh Allen, the Jaguars are lacking in playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. So with the offensive tackle position taken care of, they can now go with another organizational need and take Hutchinson. The Heisman Trophy finalist would form an explosive pass rushing tandem with Allen. Number 2. Detroit Lions, Kyle Hamilton. If Hutchinson is available here, you gotta think Detroit will take him. But if he's gone, Notre Dame safety Kyle Hamilton is a nice consolation prize. Hamilton is a franchise-changing defensive back, and he's also arguably the best player in this entire draft. Number 3. Houston Texans, Evan Neal. With so many roster flaws, Houston is probably employing a best player available mentality. Yes, they have Laramie Tunsil, but Evan Neal is as much of a sure thing as this draft has to offer. Tunsil and Neal could solidify the Texans' O-line for years to come, and this pick would certainly increase Davis Mills' chances of succeeding in his sophomore season. Number 4. New York Jets, EKWONU. Kyle Hamilton should be the pick here if he's available at number 4. In this case, however, he is not. So GM Joe Douglas continues to work on the offensive line that features 2 potential cornerstones in Mekhi Becton and Elijah Vera Tucker. EKWONU is ready to start right away. His presence would certainly help Zach Wilson's development following a sluggish rookie year. Number 5. New York Giants, Charles Cross. We would be shocked if New York didn't take an offensive lineman with one of their 2 first-rounders. Charles Cross would immediately improve the pass protection for Daniel Jones. And maybe, just maybe, Saquon Barkley regains his 2018 form with a dominant blocker like Cross leading the way. Number 6. Carolina Panthers, Kenny Pickett. Is this a reach? Yeah, probably. But Matt Rule's job is on the line here, and the Pittsburgh product is at least an upgrade over any other QB the Panthers have used since 2019. Pickett is accurate and shows great poise in the pocket. He won't take off in his rookie year, but this is a worthy gamble for the QB-needy Panthers, after they lost out on Deshaun Watson. Number 7. New York Giants from Chicago Bears, TRAVON Walker. Walker's incredible outing at the Combine will likely make him a top 10 pick. And it just so happens that the New York Giants are in need of disruptive edge rushers, and the pass rush specialist would fit perfectly in Don Martindale's blitz-happy defense. Number 8. Atlanta Falcons, KAYVON THIBODEAUX. The Falcons are the toughest team to project. They have holes all over their roster. We wouldn't hate a QB here to compete with Mariota, or a corner to complement AJ Terrell, or a receiver to replace Calvin Ridley. But Atlanta desperately needs pass rushers, and boomer bust prospect KAYVON THIBODEAUX is worth taking a chance on. Number 9. Seattle Seahawks from Denver Broncos, Malik Willis. With the Russell Wilson era officially over, the Seattle Seahawks will need to replace the best quarterback in franchise history. There are some options still available on the trade and free agent markets, but maybe the best way to address this is through the draft. After all, what better way to replace a guy like Wilson than with the 6-foot speedy quarterback with a rocket arm out of Liberty? Number 10. New York Jets from Seattle Seahawks, AHMAD Sauce Gardner. The Jets have to address the defense with one of their 2 first-rounders. Cincinnati corner AHMAD Sauce Gardner is just the guy to upgrade this weak secondary. Robert Saleh had great corners in Seattle and San Francisco. Gardner gives him his long-term building block in the secondary in New York. Number 11. Washington Commanders, Garrett Wilson. Now that Washington has addressed the QB situation, they can focus on improving the supporting cast for newcomer Carson Wentz. Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, and Logan Thomas are a nice start, but more is needed. That means taking the best pass catcher available, and it's Ohio State product, Garrett Wilson. It wouldn't take long for McLaurin and Wilson to emerge as one of the NFL's top receiving duos. Number 12, Minnesota Vikings, Derek Stingley Jr. Lots of holes on this roster, but many simply won't be a playoff contender unless they actually get a capable cover corner. And Derek Stingley Jr. fits that bill and would instantly improve a secondary that has practically nothing outside of Harrison Smith. Number 13, Houston Texans from Cleveland Browns, Drake London. After finally trading away Watson, the Texans get a second pick in the top 13. And with it, they draft their future number 1 wideout in USC receiver Drake London. At 6'5", London is a beast who will give almost any cornerback problems. Number 14, New Orleans Saints from Baltimore Ravens, Matt Corral. Projected trade alert! The Saints acquire the number 14 selection from the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for the number 18 pick and a 2023 third-round pick. And with that pick, New Orleans shocks everyone by taking quarterback Matt Corral. The team re-signed Winston, but are they convinced he's the long-term answer? Doesn't seem like it, after they showed interest in other quarterbacks before finally settling on Jameis. Corral probably isn't ready to start right off the bat anyways, so he'll learn behind Winston before eventually taking over the reins in NOLA. Number 15, Philadelphia Eagles from Miami Dolphins, Trevor Penning. Philly could go anywhere with their trio of first-round picks. Gotta think though that they'll take an offensive lineman at some point. With Brandon Brooks retiring and both Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson getting up there in age, the Northern Iowa product would benefit tremendously by learning from 2 of the game's very best. Philadelphia is a perfect landing spot for Penning. Number 16, Green Bay Packers from Indianapolis Colts via Philadelphia Eagles, Chris Olave. Projected trade alert! The Packers acquire the number 16 selection from the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for the number 28 pick, the number 59 pick in round 2, and the number 132 pick in round 4. After losing Davante Adams, the Packers have no choice but to load up on receivers in the draft. And they waste little time doing so, trading up to grab Chris Olave. Described as the best route runner in the draft, the Ohio State product is a good start towards replacing Adams' production and keeping Aaron Rodgers happy in Green Bay. Number 17, Los Angeles Chargers, Jordan Davis. Yes, the Chargers made a blockbuster trade for Chicago Bears star Khalil Mack, but the Bolts still need to address that horrible run defense. Jordan Davis was one of the Combine's most dominant performers. He's the best pure run stopper in this class. Number 18, Baltimore Ravens from New Orleans Saints, Kaiir Elam. The Ravens' lack of depth in the secondary was exposed in a lost 2021 season. Marlon Humphrey could use another pure lockdown corner to line up beside him, and Elam's game is tailor-made for this ball-hawking secondary. Number 19, Philadelphia Eagles, Treylon Burks. Philly's other priority is to find another explosive pass catcher to support Devontae Smith. Arkansas product Treylon Burks is just that guy. He displays tremendous size at 6'3", 225 pounds, making him a nightmare to cover one-on-one. His presence would give Jalen Hurts someone he can count on to win those 50-50 balls in the back of the end zone. Number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers, Andrew Booth Jr. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a few holes to address, but cornerback has to be at the top of their list after losing Joe Hayden. Clemson's Andrew Booth Jr. can step in and immediately fill the void as the team's new number 1 corner. Number 21, New England Patriots, Devin Lloyd. The Patriots have to get younger, faster, and more athletic at the second level of their defense. Devin Lloyd offers that, as well as an excellent football IQ, something Bill Belichick greatly values. He is a winner and a pure workhorse who can take over for Dante Hightower as the leader of this Patriots defense. Number 22, Green Bay Packers from Las Vegas Raiders, Jameson Williams. The Packers already added Chris Olave, but they don't stop there. With the first-round pick they received from the Raiders for Davante Adams, Green Bay grabs his replacement and arguably the best receiver in the draft in Jameson Williams. If not for a torn ACL in the national championship game, the Alabama star would have likely been a top 10 pick. But because of the injury, he falls to number 22. Not that the Packers are complaining. Number 23, Arizona Cardinals, Jermaine Johnson II. The Cardinals have to replace Chandler Jones. So yeah, a pass rusher is their biggest need heading into the draft. And the best one available is Florida State's Jermaine Johnson II, who had a breakout season for the Seminoles before putting up a dominant showing at the Senior Bowl and Combine. Number 24, Dallas Cowboys, Kenyon Green. The Cowboys' O-line just ain't what it used to be. They need a serious injection of youth to help the aging Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, especially with La'el Collins and Connor Williams out of the picture. Texas A&M sensation Kenyon Green is the safe pick here. He can play anywhere on the O-line and has proven himself after dominating against some of the SEC's best pass rushers. Number 25, Buffalo Bills, Trent McDuffie. The Bills are perhaps the most well-rounded team in the NFL right now. They don't have many holes to fill, but even with one of the league's best secondaries, they could still use a reliable number 2 corner to line up opposite Tre'Davious White. McDuffie is just the man for the job. His physicality and versatility will make him the perfect fit to replace Levi Wallace in Buffalo. Number 26, Tennessee Titans, Bernhard RAIMANN. Ryan Tannehill was sacked 47 times last year. That number has to drop drastically if the Titans are to rebound from another heartbreaking playoff loss. Central Michigan monster Bernhard RAIMANN, listed at 6'7" and 305 pounds, is nasty in the trenches. Not only would he help Tannehill, but those run lanes would become even wider for Derrick Henry. Scary thought for the rest of the league, isn't it? Number 27, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Zion Johnson. Retaining Chris Godwin means Tampa doesn't need to draft a receiver here. Zion Johnson is ready to start immediately, and the presence of Ryan Jensen, Donovan Smith, and superstar Tristan Wirfs would make this a smooth transition to the NFL for Johnson. Number 28, Philadelphia Eagles from Green Bay Packers, George Karlaftis. This is the pick that the Packers traded away to the Eagles in order to move up from the 16th spot in our mock. And with their 3rd pick of the first round, and their first of the 3 picks they received from Green Bay, the Eagles beef up their pass rush. Number 29, Kansas City Chiefs from San Francisco 49ers via Miami Dolphins, Christian Watson. This is the first of many picks that the Chiefs received in the Tyreek Hill trade. It only makes sense that they'd use it to help replace their star wideout. Make no mistake about it, Christian Watson is no Hill. But he does possess some similar traits. He averaged over 20 yards per reception during his 4 years at North Dakota State, and his 4.36 speed is even more impressive when you consider his 6'4" frame. Number 30, Kansas City Chiefs, Nakobe Dean. The Chiefs continue to have one of the league's best offenses, so it makes sense for them to use this pick on defense. Dean was a true leader on the nation's best defense in Georgia last year. The Chiefs will look to him to step in and lead their defense for years to come. Number 31, Cincinnati Bengals, Devontae Wyatt. The Bengals went all out to address their offensive line in free agency. That means they can use this pick on the defensive side of the ball. So how about a strong, fast defensive tackle to help wreak havoc on the interior, while Trey Hendrickson does his thing on the outside? Number 32, Detroit Lions from Los Angeles Rams, Jahan Dotson. The Lions still don't have a franchise quarterback, but in the meantime, why not prepare for that day by getting their future star quarterback some weapons? Detroit got pretty lucky when Amon-Ra St. Brown fell to them in the 4th round last year. They may not want to wait that long for another wideout this time around. But which prospect do you want your favorite NFL team to draft? Join us in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.